Welcome to Decision 2024, America Settles. After only 3 years of campaign coverage, Americans are heading to the polls in record numbers. And as usual, if you don't live in a swing state, you kinda don't count. The election will be decided by about 150 to 200,000 voters in these battleground states. So I guess the rest of us can just go ourselves. We have correspondents standing by for live updates all over America today. Let's start in the Peach State. What are you hearing in Georgia? I am in Taliaferro County, which is the smallest county in Georgia by population, with only 1,500 people. Although the county is small, they are significant because they have correctly predicted every presidential election since 1860. Wow, they predicted every winner for 150 years? No, every loser. That's right, the good people here in Taliaferro County have voted for the loser in 40 straight elections, going all the way back to when they voted against Abraham Lincoln. You're telling me that Deep Red County in rural Georgia voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016? Well, literacy is pretty low here. The ballot said Hillary Clinton, but most people thought it said Hillbilly Clinton, and it was a landslide. So in 1988, they voted for Michael Dukakis. Cock. What about 1968? Yep, Herbert Humphreys. I'm guessing 1920, they all voted for, you got it, James Cox. Hey, what are some of the other issues on the ballot this year? There are some pretty interesting propositions that are getting a lot of attention here in Georgia. Let's see, there's Prop WD-40. This is a law against squeaky doors. There's Prop UB-40. This is a law which would legalize red wine. And then, of course, Prop PS5, which is 20% faster than X360. All right, well, hey, we'll keep you posted on the vote count in Georgia. Let's move on to another battleground state, Pennsylvania. This state could very well decide this election. Both camps feel they have to get it in order to hit 270. The polls coming in today were showing a virtual tie. A lot has been made about the Puerto Rico comments from last week's Trump rally at Madison Square Garden. What are voters saying? Did the floating island of garbage joke affect decisions? Yeah, I'm getting some mixed reactions. About half the people I talked to said Puerto Rico was their least favorite of New York's 5 boroughs. About a third of the people I talked to, they asked me, how do you say Puerto Rico in English? And a handful recommended we invade Puerto Rico and annex it. How is early voting likely to impact today's election? Yeah, they're not releasing any details about the early voting, but we are getting some numbers back on the super early voting. Super early voting. What exactly is that? Yeah, voting is open for 2028 and 2032. I voted for Kid Rock in 2028. I like his policy on bandanas. 2032, I voted for the guy from Blue's Clues. Joe Biden won Michigan in 2020 by about 150,000 votes. Trump is hoping to flip it. What news is coming out of the Wolverine State? Big story here last week was RFK Jr. He sued to have his name removed from the ballot. Apparently, even RFK Jr. isn't crazy enough to vote for RFK Jr. Manufacturing is a huge deal in Michigan. What are the candidates saying about revitalizing the auto industry? We asked Kamala Harris that exact question 3 days ago. She is still answering. She's been talking for 72 consecutive hours. We'll let you know if she finishes and if she actually says anything. Hey, so there is a controversy brewing in Wisconsin. There seems to be some problems with the voting booths. What's going on over there? Okay, so the people of Wisconsin are a little bit, let's call it husky. They don't fit in the voting booths. The booths weren't built for Midwesterners who feast on cheese curds and beer. They're built for West Coasters who feast on avocado toast and white guilt. Wow. How are they going to fix that? So at first, the poll workers tried to rub some butter on the sides just to try, see if we could wedge the voters in there, but then they all started licking the butter. Is there a plan B? Well, the state of Wisconsin anticipated this problem and they started manufacturing some double wides, but the majority of those were destroyed in a recent tornado. Do you have any indication as to which direction the state is leaning? Sure. Yeah, the state is leaning left, but that's mainly because the heavier population lives on that side of the state. Let's get out to Arizona and check in. What are the polls looking like out there? It is close. It's actually a dead heat. And in Arizona, a dead heat is what we call it when your grandma's AC goes out. How about the exit polling? What does that say? No, I mean, it's really tight, guys. It's 30-30 out here. Don't you mean 50-50? Nope, 30-30. 30% for Trump, 30% for Harris, 15% of voters just left that top part blank, 15% wrote their own name in, and 10% just drew a picture of a dick. And guys, I can't blame them. It really is the lesser of two evils. It's like that old question. If you were in a boat with both your parents and they fell out, but you only saved one of them, which one would you grope in a department store changing room? There's been a lot of allegations of election fraud. Have you seen any cheating? Not really. There was one guy here with his mistress, but that's about it. All right, guys, that is all we have for you right now. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Bixbie Media YouTube channel. If you like laughing and reading, check out our new books. Both are available on Amazon in ebook or paperback. Scan the QR code or check out the link in the description.